far we have studied rivers are another form of water body. They are running water body and have fresh water. The sources can be melting glaciers and a lake, right? These are two important sources of rivers. So if we don't pollute rivers, we can directly consume the fresh water. Now, besides these two sources, spring is another very important source of river. Now, what exactly is a spring? As you can see here in this picture, when precipitation happens in the form of rainfall, that water tends to seep in through the permeable rock material or the permeable layer of soil. Now, what do we mean by permeable? It allows the water to seep through it. Right? Now, after that, there's a place where the water cannot seep in any further. So, it tends to collect down here and is known as the groundwater. Right? So, when there's an opening at or near the surface of the earth, this water tends to move out from here and it joins the river or stream. This opening here is known as spring. Therefore, we can say that a spring near or at the surface of the earth for the discharge of water from underground sources is called a spring. Right? Therefore, spring also is an important source of river. So now that we know the source of rivers, we must also know that it ends somewhere that is into the larger water bodies like sea, lakes, bay, gulf or even an ocean. So this region where it ends into a larger water body is called the river mouth. So you must have noticed that rivers always tend to flow from an upland area to a lowland area. Do you know why? This is because of the gravitational pull of the earth. Now what is that? So the gravitational pull of the earth basically holds us to the surface of the earth. If there is no gravity, then we'll be flying in the air and all the objects will be flying in the air and will hit an object. So basically this is why the rivers flow from an upland area to a lower land area. Now, did you know that some rivers are permanent in nature? Now, how is that? Basically, they are fed by two sources that gives them continuous supply of water almost throughout the year. It may be a melting glacier or even rainfall, right? So, because they have water, continuous flow of water, they are called permanent rivers or perennial rivers. Therefore, how do we define perennial rivers? Rivers that have water throughout the year are called perennial rivers. Most of these rivers rise in high snow-capped mountains, as you can see here in this video, that the melting glaciers from the snow-capped mountains are feeding these rivers. Now, besides that, there are certain rivers that are not permanent in nature because they are fed by rain. Now, in the absence of rain, they tend to dry up, right? So, they are known as non-perennial rivers. Therefore, how do we define them? Non-perennial rivers are those that do not have water throughout the year. And they are also known as seasonal rivers because in the rainy season they have abundant amount of water, while when the rainy season is over they tend to dry up or have less water. Now, when we take a look at the map of India, we see that Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna, these rivers are perennial rivers. On the other hand, rivers like Krishna, Godavari, Narmada, Tapi, Mahanadi, Kaveri, these rivers are non-perennial or seasonal rivers. Now, we must also remember that all perennial rivers are not fed by snow-capped mountains, right? They may also be sourced from a lake or other water body, just like river Nile. So river Nile that flows in Egypt, that is in Africa, its source is a lake, that is Lake Victoria. So if you see this map of Africa, you see that Lake Victoria here is the source of river Nile, and there it goes. With its mouth in the Mediterranean Sea, it passes through Cairo, and if we trace the source, we will know that the source is Lake Victoria. Now we must also know that river Nile is the longest river of the world. Now since Lake Victoria is in the equatorial region, it receives rainfall almost every day. Now with this abundance water supply, it also helps to feed river Nile with plenty amount of water, right? Therefore, it has good amount of water throughout the year. So in this video, we learned that there can be different sources of a river: a snow-capped mountain, rainfall, or even a lake or a spring, right? Some rivers tend to be permanent in nature and are called perennial rivers, while others that are seasonal rivers or not permanent in nature are called non-perennial rivers, right? We also learned that river Nile, that is the longest river in the world, is fed by a lake and not a snow-capped mountain. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers, or to get access to all our 5,000 plus amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock test. Get all your doubts resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, it is rewarding too. So register for free now.